I think the first time I'm seeing you, Crystal.
Welcome to Friday Tribe Fiesta. Yes, me and Crystal met at the school bus actually, and her son is doing a tremendous how to the bus. He's the one painting it, correct?
Oh, nice.
He's
It looks
excited.
nice so far. The
Yeah.
yellow. You saw the yellow.
Beautiful color, yellow too. It's
Yeah,
different.
I picked it. I was like, this is gonna pop.
Oh yeah, that's really a good one. It's
Yeah,
not the
thank you.
Very
regular.
color.
It's not that regular yellow that the school buses have. It's so bright. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It was my first time seeing it yesterday. Actually painted. Not yesterday. I'm sorry. I lied. Tuesday, whenever the call was where was showed it for the first time, because I'm not where like we're a good 1 hour away, right? And Crystal, for you, it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. I love how it's turning out, and I love that they kept the signature with covering the plastic and then kept the signatures because when they went to the school games wasn't painted yet, so got covered and then got painted.
It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things. Work in process, work in progress. It's gonna get done when it's gonna get done, right?
Yep. I think he had to take a break. He got some blisters.
Cash did.
Yeah, but he's okay now. So he's better now. So he's ready.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, no. Does he use gloves when he uses the pressure washer?
I don't know. I should ask him.
Yeah, like something protective. Oh, we kind of lost your video. Any weekend plans, guys?
I do.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's just behind with notifications a lot. And hi, Ossie. How are you?
Hi, OC.
Good to see you. Oh, your audio is. Are you talk? He's talking. Yeah, we can't hear you.
He's mute.
Yeah. Yeah, now he's on mute, but his audio is not working. He's talking, but and unmuted. Ozzy is one of our winners for the Blitz. Actually, he got first place. There you are. Oh, yeah, something's happening with the sound again. Almost heard you for a second.
I
Yeah,
had to.
oh, here you are.
I had to restart my mic. I think it's working now.
Yeah,
Lovely
yeah, it's working.
glasses.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's working great. I had this one call where my audio was so fucked up, and I was thinking I'm playing music. It was really bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
I use this audio interface which constantly drops itself, and then I have to unplug it and replug it in. Just
yeah,
happens all the time.
I thought it was your interface.
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk about having another community, like opening one more for promotion.
Not quite. I mean, I was thinking of putting a group of people together that focus on each other, but not really forming a new community. Maybe in the future, I don't know. I mean, it's something that can happen, but it's more like a dedicated Zoom group that thrash out ideas amongst each other and help each other in their own groups. If that makes any sense.
No, it does make sense. There are a lot of groups that are doing that already. That's why I was like, "Are you doing another group?" Because
No.
you know, when you
I
have
don't think so.
multiple groups, you spread it thin, like Krista would
Yeah.
tell you.
As
have
long
two
you don't
groups.
go like Goose with 10,000 group.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I'm thinking of more just a dedicated group. The thing is, with big groups, it's lovely. You get a lot of input from big groups and stuff like that. It's great, but it's hard to focus on specific people, if I can put it that way.
Mm,
Whereas if you're a small group, you only have each other to focus on. If that makes sense.
yep.
yeah, it is. The reason we have Wingman separate from Goosify is because Wingman is the one that will be running Facebook ads too directly, and it will be connected with the Facebook ads account. And we didn't want to do that to Goosify, so we split them. And then the other groups that Goose has, most of them are IRL groups, for the different cities. That when we have a mayor, we open a new group and we open it under his name. Like, for example, New York City IRL, Los Angeles IRL. All of the groups are under his name for like all the cities around the globe. That's why he has so many.
Okay.
I have to say they pretty much. I mean, I saw one for Auckland, for instance, in New Zealand. Very dead. Nothing happening there though.
Yeah, sometimes it be like that. It depends on who is leading the group, and sometimes it takes time to develop and get your RO people together in the group so they are in one place. And Honey would tell you she is working towards becoming a New York City mayor, and they
Yeah,
did have another mayor before, and the group was sort of dead because of how it was run. And it's kind of like we talked in Honey's call yesterday about communities. Very nurturing feminine energy. You got to be there for it. And the guy
yeah,
who was the mayor in New York, he just didn't have the time to dedicate. And maybe he didn't ask for help, because it's always easier with more people. That's why a lot of the locations we have co-mayors to help with like admin stuff in the group, for example, and setting up events and coming up with things to do at those events. So it's easier with more people, for sure. Collaboration over
yeah.
competition any day.
It's like anything in life. You commit, you make it a priority, and you nurture. You give whatever you can to whatever you commit to, without without attachment. I do compare it to gardening, because when we plant, we don't go back and look for the seeds to grow. It just grows. We know it's going to grow. There's also nothing that we can do. We can't like tap on it, grow faster. We also can't pull it out. Hey, seed, you have to become a little flower. It just, there is that level of commitment in any leadership role, whether it's parenting or running a community or even an IRL community.
Yeah.
I went on a couple of times. I started a weekly live. So it's just giving. And now on Sunday, I'm doing an IRL. So, and like I spoke to another mayor, and she's like, oh, wow, you're going to go like it's about an hour away where I'm doing the IRL, and maybe nobody's going to come. So I said, I'm going to enjoy myself. I like Manhattan. I like Central Park. I can have fun myself. So, it's like, if people will come, hey, the more the merrier. So if we
Yeah.
come from that attitude of giving, we need to trust the process of reciprocity. We need to trust that a seed will grow. If I plant it, I give it sun, it will grow. Some will grow faster, some won't grow, but something will grow. And if we look at plants, one seed creates hundreds of tomatoes, of oranges, so nature is abundant. And I think we need to remember that.
Hi, James.
What up?
Yeah, that's very well said, honey. And James here also, he is working on becoming a mayor of Oklahoma. Honey here is
Nice.
also working on becoming a mayor of New York City. So it's nice that you guys are too on the call, because
Cool.
you have similar journeys in terms of like where do you want to go with this.
Yeah, nice. You said in New York?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, awesome. I love New York. I was there last year in Manhattan.
When you come again, maybe we can coincide with an IRL. We can meet up or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I went for business. And next time I got to take my family. I came back with all kinds of cool pictures, and I went and hung out with Gary Vee and stuff. So it was all strictly
Wow.
business. But yeah, I got a cool experience and got to hang out with Gary Vee for a couple days, and got to go to the office and got to well, just network with him and show him some of the things I was working on. Actually, one of those businesses I was working on, I've exited. I sold the business due to some changes after talking with Gary, some input kind of. So yeah, but dude, anyways, yeah, next time it's got to be more fun because I missed so many things. But I did get to do a lot of fun stuff. Not to say it was all business, but I definitely got overcharged for buses that were free. That happened to me.
What?
Yeah, Joe, I'm an idiot. So I was like, how much is this bus? He's like, $5. And I was like, fuck yeah, sweet. Gave him money. And then like a local tapped me as we were getting off. Like literally as I was getting off, he's like, hey, this bus is free, man. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, don't let him push you around again. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, dude, welcome to New York, buddy. I was like, you can't put a friendly Oklahoma guy in Oklahoma or in New York. You'll get taken advantage of quick.
No, that happens, more than we think. Like in some countries, I'll give you an example with Bulgaria. I was born in Bulgaria, okay, and grew up in Russia, and then started moving all around the globe. But I'm going. That was back a few years ago. I'm going to buy an iPhone charger from like a marketplace where they have a bunch of chargers, and I'm talking to the salesperson, about the charger, what do I need, and showing the iPhone, and I have an accent, I guess, in Bulgarian, and I can't tell, but my dad says, "Oh, you have an American accent," and I'm like, "What?" So anyway, apparently I had an accent, and the lady overcharged me 3 times what the price of the thing is. Like she thinks I'm stupid or something, and I'm like, I'm Bulgarian. I speak the language. I know the prices. I see like, why are you doing this? It was one of those things. An eye opener. And then it has happened quite a few times in places like, Mazatlan in Mexico, where, they see you a tourist or you're not from there and it's different price for you, everything. So yeah, people do take advantage of that. It's funny.
It was a city bus in this case, a city bus that was free. If I just done my due diligence, I could just walk right past him and sat down and not known. And I did later. I took the bus several more times, but then I'll be honest, the bus, I didn't realize I was going from just Jersey to Manhattan, and it took hours. I was like, dude, this is for the birds. I'm just going to rent a bike or take an Uber because I can get right over there. I didn't realize the bus took so long. So I only did that like once or twice.
Is it because the bus stops a lot?
So many times. Yeah, so many times. It's a free bus, so it just stops a lot. And I didn't know. I was just a tourist, Yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, it was weird too because weed had just become legal there, and I'm very openly smoke pot. So I ordered Uber, or not Uber. I ordered DoorDash and weed at the same time. My weed got there first. So New York prioritizes for sure. They made sure I had just what I needed for the munchies.
Is the weed legal there in New York?
It is. It is. It's legal in New York and New Jersey.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both. It is. It's legal in New York and New Jersey. I'll be the first to tell you. Within like 10 minutes of being in my Airbnb, that's the first thing I did was like, "Who's got some weed?" So I'm a big pothead guy. Sorry, I'm just pretty open about it though because it's legal, and honestly, it's better than the medicine I'm supposed to take to keep me, keep me friendly.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
it's
a lot
not
of
even
friends that
considered
smoke
a
pot. I mean, nothing against it. I just I just can't smoke it because it makes me paranoid as fuck. And I start thinking bullshit like, oh, what are they thinking about me? I'm like, bitch, you don't give a fuck what they're thinking about you. Why are you smoking then? So that's why I don't smoke. Like, a lot of my friends do. And like, yeah, I'm in the music industry. So there's a lot of any kind of drugs behind the stage. And yeah, you
I
kind of
thought
have to juggle it. If you don't do them, many oftentimes, people look at me weird. Why am I not partaking? And for me, like I'm high on life, to begin with. But also,
Yeah.
I figured that for me not to get judged, I just need to say, no, thank you, I'm good. I'll do it later, or maybe later, something like that. And people
No,
will
yeah,
some
see a
people
different.
that's
people
smart.
don't care. The people that judge are those are losers. Like those are
Hi,
like
Casey.
people. Some people don't treat it for like what it is anyways. I smoke only because it's a medical thing. It's totally medicinal. Like I do love getting high. Nobody's gonna be like, no, that's not fun. But I truly, because I'm supposed to be on medicine to like help bipolar, which I'm not really bipolar, but because I'm autistic, I can go from one realm to another realm very quickly. I get very angry when I'm misunderstood, or in certain situations where people are being misunderstood. I get really kind of vulnerable, and I consider to be vulnerable, but other perceive it as being angry. So, because cannabis keeps me from doing a lot of that, it keeps me very mellow and kind of level-headed. Instead of like taking Thorazine and Xanax and all the shit they put me on for years, which is like really makes me a zombie, makes me truly not who I am. I can just smoke a little bit of cannabis and a little bit of RSO. I don't even really smoke as much anymore. I'm trying to quit smoking because I'm getting all healthy. So I just take RSO and tincture oils now. I like tincture oils. I'm all hippie.
What's a aerosol?
It's so it was formulated for cancer, but because it's one of the few that can solve cancer. Some like pancreatic cancer, some cancers of the stomach, and some other lymphatic cancers that can be completely flushed out because this is RSO. It's full spectrum, so it's the entire plant. And the guy that created it, his name was Rick Sampson. Rick Sampson oil is what it's called, and he had debilitating cancer, and he can put himself in complete remission with using it because it flushed out your lymphatic system. And they've been using it. It's like Sheila G, kind of. It's very, very thick, and they've been using it in like the Himalayas for fucking thousands of years. And it's not just cannabis, but it's algae and all kinds of other things that the Himalayans used it for. But let's just say, like, you can just use cannabis, and it gets you quite toasted. And a lot of people that kind of smoke and kind of get a little paranoid. Actually, this kind of is the opposite. But what's really unique about it is people that have had seizures, they can take this and instantly pulls them out of seizures. Folks with Parkinson's disease, which there's absolutely no cure for, which will actually there is, but it's not approved yet. There is a cure for Parkinson's now. It's Neuralink. Neuralink can cure Parkinson's, but before that, cannabis oil and Rick Sampson oil, and there's something called it's called Charlotte's Web. I'm sorry, and it's for pulling people out of like deep like epileptic seizures. It also people that, like I said, have Parkinson's would completely cure their tremors for like 2 or 3 hours. Stuttering, it can completely remove a stutter. So it's got a lot of medical benefits. So it's not just like a lot of people are like, oh, getting high. Yeah, that's a great effect of it. It's like awesome. The drug does other things and makes you feel great. How about that?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I have a friend. Actually, I don't even know if we're friends because she was here on school and was doing well and completely dropped out and closed her group and didn't say anything. I just made a post that I'm closing this group, and I couldn't even get into the post because the group was already closed. So it was just giving me an error. But her daughter has these seizures that they're not like diagnosable. No doctor can tell her why she has these seizures. So I thought of that immediately when you were saying the benefits of this aerosol or whatever it is.
Yeah, they should
Maybe
check out Arthur and Charlotte's Web. Yeah, Charlotte's Web too. You should mention both those, Rick Sampson's oil and Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web is actually meant for that. Like there's certain types of seizures that there's nothing anybody can do. There's no medicine. Like you just got to let it happen, and unfortunately, that sucks to hear. So these things,
Yeah.
like people that have them, are the only people that can tell you this, but they know when it's going to come on. They can feel it sometimes often 30, 45 minutes before time. So they can go and diagnose them and medicinalize themselves. And they oftentimes will not have it or have a very mild version of it because it's nothing but spasms. And the body really just does this awful thing. It like kind of recoils and fights itself. And it's terrible. And so cannabis really just relaxes it. So you should really tell her about Charlotte's Web. That's actually a lot stronger than Rick Sampson's oil. Rick Sampson's oil is really, it's good for anybody. Even if you're not doing it to get high, it's good for your system. It flushes your system. It flushes your lymphatic system. And it's just so good for you. Like things that cause cancer that you may not have cancer, things that cause cancer are stuck in your body and you want to flush yourself of that. And it's just so awesome that cannabis is a natural thing to do that. But only when made properly. You can't just go and smoke cannabis and be like, yep, flushing my lymphatic system here, puff, 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 because that's actually really bad for you. But certain like tinctures or Rick Sampson's oil, there's zero disadvantages because it's not bad for you at all.
Yeah, I will reach out to her and see if she is even responding because we only communicated on school. I don't have her number or anything. And, she was one of those, like a lot of people come into school like really strong and don't understand that it's a long-term game and expect fast results and then burn out fast. So that's what happened to her, unfortunately. And I would try to reach out. If she responds on school, I will put her in touch with you.
No, you're going to put her in touch with me. But yeah, that's fine. I'll tell her either way. Because it's, she can just find the medicine wherever she's at or move. She might be, maybe that's why. Maybe she's having to move. A lot of people have to move depending on the state they're in. Luckily, it's just, been reformed and declassified as a Schedule 1 drug. And now it's a Schedule 3 drug, that's amazing. It's been a long time overdue.
I don't even know what that means. Hi, James.
Fancy words, it just means it's becoming more legal. Like the Nixon administration put a war against it because of, they had political incentives to incentivize other industries, and it undermined the pharmaceutical industry, it undermines the major gas corporations because it's a biofuel. It's renewable biofuel where fossil fuels are not renewable. So like what our current structure is not renewable. So it could just collapse. And then as a matter of fact, there's not just, it could collapse. They have a date on it. Like we got about another 150 years. And then if we don't do something in another 150 years, our current system will absolutely collapse. So there's several, alternatives, corn being one, cannabis being another, because those are renewable biofuels, and so it's like, currently we're depleting our natural resources and the earth is kind of pissed about that, So it's going to shake us in 150 years. Luckily, we're going to move to something else, eventually. But it's definitely not going to be electricity because electricity takes more diesel. It has more of a diesel footprint than just using diesel, just using gas vehicles because of the amount of diesel it takes and the amount of manufacturing it takes to make those batteries. It 3 times offsets its footprint. So, that's not a viable solution either. So electricity, electric cars is not really the future either. And even Elon's talked about that. It's the now future. And for the next 150 years, he's the what is it called? He's the Ford of his time. You know what I mean? Because that's basically what it is. But he knows for a fact that's not the end goal either. So it has to be something like a renewable biofuel or some type of fusion technology, something we haven't come up with or that we haven't been able to replicate.
Teleportation could solve the whole problem.
Oh, dude, yeah. Let's. And you know what? You're right too. We'll all just be become super, awoken to our celestial beings, and we'll just be able to hey, Ro, we'll go hang out tonight and astral project together. So we won't even need to. We only need cars. We'll just astral project and hang out. It'll be IRL all the time.
No, I wasn't talking about astral projection.
I know you were. I know you were. I was taking it a step further than teleportation. I was like, you know what? We're going to be so advanced. We don't even need teleportation, dude. That's what our minds think we are going to be able to do, but we're going to be able to do something bigger than that. What's up,
Yeah.
James? What's up?
So I'm sorry I was late. I was on a call actually discussing merch and
cool.
creating some merch. So you will be seeing some of that coming out here in the next little bit.
Dude, I cannot wait.
We're requested.
What kind of merch is that going to be, dude? Is this oil?
I love that. Are you
oil?
doing like a print on demand or whatever it's called when somebody orders? That's when it's
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hear about that.
Yeah. There'll be t-shirts and mugs and things like that.
Okay, t-shirts and mugs. I thought it was gonna be oils and whips and all kinds of crazy.
Yeah,
You really are putting me in a box, Mr. Reynolds.
we got a custom whip. Yeah, we got a custom whip. You can put your dominatrix name on it.
yeah, and you can even have those like care boxes or whatever they're called with a bunch of gifts where you get a package with like a mug and a t-shirt and a whip because that's your thing.
Hey, dude, actually, hey, James, dude, that's actually a really fucking badass idea. Business in a box subscriptions, businesses kill it with shit like that because you can do different stuff every single month. You can put in some sensual massage oils. You can put in some lubrication. So you can put in some like tantric guides. You could put in, you know, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's funny, but dude, your audience is out there, baby. I'm telling you.
Dude, you know what?
I love it.
I'm just gonna let you. I'm just gonna turn that over to you. You can be my marketing man. I'm gonna go to Cancun,
dude. Yeah, see, that's what you need to do. You travel, you find cool shit along your travels, and you box that up and you send it to people for their erotic pleasures.
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, I was a subscriber of quite a few of those actually. This stuff works because you're looking forward to a surprise each month for whatever it is in the box for whatever the theme of the business is. So like I was doing stones, crystals, you know, like amethyst with rose quartz, with whatever the fuck sage, stuff like that, you know, in a box, and each month is different. And sometimes it's earrings.
I do
things
have
like that.
My beard too. I got one for my beard. I get one for my beard.
You know what? Once I was on this market and they were selling essential oils, and this guy was like, "Oh, it's only for guys," and I'm like, "What? What is this?" And he's like, "It's a special essential oil for your beard," and I'm like, "Well, I got no beard, but let me check it out." And I use it on
you
my
got
hair.
a man. You got a man that has a beard, and you want it to be softer.
I mean, I wouldn't be with a man with a beard. I'm sorry, but it scratches.
That's why you gotta have the oil. That's why you gotta have the oil. You gotta lube up the seat.
It creates rug burn. I have a whole box of custom made. I wouldn't call them erotic, but they're candles that are very sensual.
Oh, cool.
Made out of organic beeswax from Hawaii, and some guy created all the forms, and I bought a bunch of them and been sitting there. Yeah, I should sell those.
Dude, people
They did have
really
candles too in those boxes with like different shapes with
I've got
hearts
the boxes. I already ordered the boxes, and I've got all the packing material. I've had somebody put that together for me a couple of months ago.
We got 10 people here. How many candles do you have? And how much are they?
I've got yeah. Okay. I know that I'm there. Let's see. Boy, it's been a long time. Yeah. Some of them are like $30. Some of them are 15. There's little small ones up to, ones that are, you want me to demonstrate to you some of them?
You gotta create a box. You gotta create
let me pin you.
Are they natural?
They're fully natural beeswax from Hawaii, like sourced.
And the aroma is from essential oils?
No, they're beeswax candles. They don't have essential oils attached.
They don't have anything. Very cool.
Nice.
The raw organic.
You see the whip on the wall?
That's what I was saying. I expected there to be some whips and oils and, I mean, something. So
Yeah.
maybe toys. Some
Dude, I'm
toys.
gonna.
James
I've got
can.
all the boxes, all the tissue paper. What was gonna happen is I was going to be going to a conference in Atlanta, and I was going to be I had a merch table. So here's one. This is one of the
Oh,
small ones,
I love it.
and
Oh,
then
wow.
this is the little
Wow.
mermaid one. You'll like this one, Rosita.
Yeah, I
This
love
is-
it. I love the other one too. Very nice.
And then you have the caracol.
Oh yeah.
They're
And
so cool,
Dude, I was
James.
gonna say,
Very
there's already some
cool.
emojis flying, dude. You
Wow.
sound like you already got some of your audience on the call.
Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to burn those. They're so pretty.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty for deco.
And then there's like
Yeah.
bigger ones that are more. The man had a bit of
What
a
are you
fetish.
saying there, James? Some
Well,
bigger
well,
ones.
the conference I was going to was actually a conference based on sensuality and
Yeah.
all the stuff. So these were specifically for that, and I think that's all the designs I have. But I've got a bunch of them. I have to count. There's there's these little plain ones like this. But yeah, they still smell lovely. And he created the molds for these, and
Ah,
I've sold a few at different places. People like that. They like the decoration. They like the remembrance of their own sensuality, and they can just put that on an altar or whatever.
It needs to be part of your subscription, dude. Put it on. Put
that
your
should be,
subscription
yeah.
on your group and make it part of your subscription model, and put it into people, and they give them different stuff. Make this your
part of my subscription model.
like your box,
Yes.
like the box. So put this
Oh,
stuff
the
in a box.
box. Okay.
And put this
Yeah.
part of it so people so when they subscribe, they're not just like getting in and getting your lessons. They're also getting some real value, some really cool stuff.
Exactly.
Like
I
a
mean,
little
like
gift.
when they become a premium member, they get like a gift.
Yeah.
Bam, hit them with that, and then let them know if they'd love to have boxes that you don't have to do it monthly because of your travels. Say if you'd like to get on our quarterly box subscription, it's this much per quarter, where every quarter I put together handcrafted, hand-picked things from around the world, around my travels and my sensual adventures.
I love that.
Because really and truly, dude, that then now people have got something and to really look forward to keep their subscription. And if you do it quarterly, dude, you're guaranteeing that subscription model in continuance, because now they're like, oh man, I can't let it go because next month is so I got to pay this month and next month because I got to see that box.
Right. I'm actually going to be going back to Nicaragua, I think in June. No, in July.
Exactly. Dude, you better do this. You better do this.
I mean, I've done similar things over the last 20 years or so, just on a very small scale. So yeah,
I'm gonna be going to Nicaragua soon. Dude, you better pick up some stuff to put in your box.
It's not all that.
I know. I'm just playing with you, dude.
You
I'm
can
totally
unpin me, Rosita.
Huh?
You can unpin me.
Oh.
I thought you liked being pinned like me.
It was interesting. Thank you for showing us.
Oh, Dana. Good to see you.
Did you tell them about the aprons?
I did not say anything about the apron yet.
Oh.
The idea of the apron. There's a way to print aprons. Dana was saying you should print an apron with the cherry, the two cherries symbol on it. And I said yes, and I think that the phrase will be reclaim your pleasure.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, dude, you know what's something really cool? When I went to a Buck Cherry concert, I don't know if this is related, but it kind of reminded me of it. I went to a Buck Cherry concert. You know Buck Cherry, the band?
I've heard of them. Yeah, I don't think I remember.
Oh, dude, you'll love them, dude. Hey, yeah, dude, play Crazy Bitch. You're into sensual stuff. Play some Crazy Bitch during your next little video sessions when you're making some GIFs and some shorts. But no, anyways, dude, the point is their shirts were really cool because they were a regular shirt, and then underneath it had another shirt that you tucked in, right? And so you got to walk around and you lift your shirt up like you're flashing somebody, and underneath but it wasn't a set of what you would think it would be. It was the Buck Cherries logo, right? And it was a way of like flashing off the shirt. It was like a, so it'd be cool to do some stuff like that too. Like you said apron. I was like, dude, it'd be cool to like have that apron, but have like something on it that you could lift up that, well, you know what I'm going with that.
I totally know what you're going. A little trench coat thing, and
put your logo there, though. Make it like where you think it's going to be something provocative, and then you get there, and it's really just your branding. You're like, oh, well, that's pretty smart.
I'm really a big fan of the idea of that subscription box. Like you basically can use the same model as all of these, like they have the beard oil. I know somebody said something about a beard earlier, right? Like they have like these, premier clubs that you can join. Beard oil and all the clippers and all the things, right, on a monthly basis, and that's reoccurring revenue for you. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, and you can even put like colognes in there. Like you can white label colognes, dude. Like they have colognes and lotions and oils that you can white label with your own branding. So when you're sticking that in your boxes, you're not just sticking Joe Schmo's stuff in your box. You're actually sticking stuff in your box. They're going to be like, damn, that stuff was good. But it wasn't in this month's box. Where do we get that stuff?
That I could use on my logo. Let me stick something nice in your box.
Well, you should, because dude, then say you give somebody a lotion 1 month. You give somebody a lotion 1 month or something, and then next month they get something else, right? No, it didn't go over my head. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying they get something else. Now they're like, hey, what about that lotion, man? I want more of that lotion.
Yeah, I know. Those are awesome. Those are thoughts. Those are great thoughts, because those are thoughts that I've had in the past.
That could be the slogan on the box. Let me stick something interesting in your box.
Right, exactly.
I was thinking in a box, kind of like,
Crystal likes that.
Dude, they're onto something here. You're being coy, but like you better go make this thing, dude.
What it is like
you gotta do it, James.
Like, whoa!
That's what it is. There's no turning me off.
You can't put everything in a box. Just remember that.
Right.
Yeah, James, there's no turning me off, dude. Like when I used to be with my buddies and they had me speak on stage, they had a moment where it was controlled and they like put me out there and wrote me back in, and then they're like, go do this. Because, dude, I don't know how to turn that off. That's the problem with people with that kind of fire. It's always fire, baby. It's always fire.
Absolutely.
That's what I was telling you earlier in the messages.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's why you got to unleash me with grace. You got to give me a spot where I can just be like, wow, and then be like, all right, cool, somebody else.
Yes. And the hemp, the hemp and the hemp medicine, that whole bit is really valuable.
It's true. It's true. And CBD oils, all kinds of different partnerships you can get into on stuff like that and brand your products.
That repression started after World War I, actually. And then during World War II, the government had a whole campaign getting people to grow hemp. There's a movie called Grow Hemp for Victory. You can look it up. And then the other one is Reefer Madness. That was the one that was produced, for telling you how bad it was. But it was the oil companies and it was DuPont that had created nylon, and so was wanting to do away with the competition for rope.
Yeah, grow hemp for the war. Dude, they were trying to get farmers to grow hemp for war purposes. That's cool.
That was to produce canvas for bags and clothing and
fuel. And fuel. That's the reason. That's the reason why it became such a big deal. Yeah, because it says it right here that the number one reason for creating that much hemp was for fuel and for clothing.
And Ford's first vehicle, the body was made out of a hemp epoxy kind of thing. You can look that up.
Hemp for victory. Interesting. That's cool, man. I never knew about this.
It's just been
1942. 1942 is when it came out.
What, the Ford or the hemp?
Oh, the hemp thing he was talking about. Yeah, the hemp documentary he was talking about. It's badass. Yeah, and they were literally the government was putting out campaigns trying to get farmers to switch to hemp and get out of traditional agriculture because they were trying to industrialize hemp. And yeah, that's really cool. I've never known about this. This is huge, dude. I write blogs about shit like this, dude. I got a huge online blogging community. for cannabis businesses. And dude, I didn't know about this. I'm totally going to go make a blog about this. Dude.
You better. I mean,
Lord. Yeah, I'll credit you for giving me the knowledge, man.
Okay.
Here's
another link you can read about right here. I'm sending you.
It's actually a pretty big brand. I've been doing it for a couple of years.
Right on.
So,
What about the
so I'll give you some
community
backlinks. I don't know if you're curious. I don't know if you care about that, but I'll give you some backlinks to your group.
Yeah, I invited you to post on the group. Anybody that
I
comes.
just haven't done that yet. You're right. Yeah, I'm a very meaningful guy. I like doing it when I got the feel.
I'm just saying, you got when you feel like it, it's there.
Yeah, you're a good dude. You're a good dude.
Dana,
I like you.
Dana put up a beautiful affirmation. This whole stream of consciousness affirmation up on the community this morning. It was beautiful.
Such a beautiful invite that you gave me to post. So I thought, why not share the love, right?
That's right. That's what we're all about, man. Share the love. I mean, you know, we're not here to do this all by ourselves, right? I mean, it's not like, hey, look at me. This is what I'm doing. Love me, love me, love me. It's like this. That's one of the reasons why I'm here is because I want that community. I want that connection. I want that cohesiveness and the cross-pollination and the, hey, you know, I've got this guy that does the t-shirts and and let's get on a call. And there we go. All of a sudden, boom, it's done, you know? And now we're talking about boxes. Things in boxes. Crystal, say something. I can't hear.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Say something. Oh, no?
Yeah.
Now you are.
Oh, I just want to say something to everybody, especially James. I'm so embarrassed because I'm so prude and I'm so freaking prude that I'm afraid of your community because it's all sexual and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to act.
You know what? Just come in because there's a lot of really beautiful things happening. You know, people are doing music, people are putting up affirmations, people are sharing artwork. There's meditation. You know, it's any of the other stuff that might be a little more edgy. I mean, there's some talk about it. Like I put up a post about 69, or you know, I'm probably going to write a post about flogging just so that people kind of like understand it and like get a different context around it. Sensation-based awareness. But you know, it's not a porn site. You know what I mean? It's not an OnlyFans.
No, it's not a porn site.
Yeah, so
I
fulfill all these girls' dreams, bro.
Here's the thing I would tell you this, right? Because all of the joking aside, and yes, you know, the box and the thing and the floggers and all that stuff, but it's how can you become more in contact with your body and your sensations and find pleasure in everything, even the shitty moments, right? Being able to like navigate that moment so that you're just like, oh, this kind of sucks, but you know what? I can learn from it. I can move from it. It's like a jujitsu thing, you know? So there's all the fun and play. It's kind of like, you know, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down kind of a thing. You know, it's all the fun and play, but there's a lot of other depth there. You know what I mean? And like when you were talking, and I'm going like, you know, it's just like, that's the fun part. That's the sort of like woo-hoo-hoo thing. You know what I mean? But don't get that noise mixed up with like the deep signal that's right there. You know what I mean? And you know, it's just about coming into your heart and your body and your love for yourself and the world and other people around you.
Well, I'm excited to join.
And make a little bit of money off subscription box.
And make a little money, you know? No, I mean, my focus is to make money. I mean, I'm not going to lie about that. I want to.
Dude, yeah. You got to feel good about that.
In community. I'm tired of doing it in a studio all by myself, you know?
You got to feel good about it, dude. It's a sacred thing to be able to take information and pass it along. And people throughout all time have paid for it, whether that be paid for it by giving money or giving time or working for that. So it's a sacred thing, dude. And I like that you take that approach. But like, you know, here's the thing about that, dude. You can afford to serve people at a higher level if you're getting paid right. So so it is definitely got to be about that too. That's why I love your approach, dude, because you really are so holistic with it. It's not really just about that with you. You can tell. But dude, when it's time to monetize those box subscriptions and clearly OnlyFans.
Dude, I'm gonna do it. I am definitely.
Oh, you heard him say, I said OnlyFans, clearly OnlyFans, and he said, I'm going to do it. Somebody capture. Is this being recorded, bro? Okay.
Yes, it's recorded.
Bam.
It's recorded.
Bam. I'm gonna capture that, but like when I said your monetization model is OnlyFans, even though that's not what you were talking about. I know that's not what you're agreeing to. That's what it sounds like on recording.
Gonna do it.
I may have a lead for that collab.
To you, James, but to everyone, really. Money and sex are twins. They're sisters. They're brothers. It's the same.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
It's the energy. It's the creative
energy. That's what it is. It's creative energy. It's just a matter of how it's channeled.
And I find money pretty.
How do I put that into a plumbing context, if I may ask?
Well, I can think of several plumbing contexts here.
I'll start with the cooking.
Well, you need a very good plumbing system for you to just be able to turn the faucet on when you want more money, and then turn it off when you have enough, and then turn it back on when you want more. And the same is with sex.
You got to keep your plumbing clean.
No,
I was wondering where that was going.
Plumbers always do it with pipes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whoa. Ozzy's talking about pipes now. Hey, look at that. James, look at that. You bring out the best in people.
I do.
I feel like this is a little bit more risque than what I've seen in most of the posts in James' group. So you should be fine.
And it's the same with music.
Yeah, I mean, really, truly, I'm in a playful mood today, but truly, creation energy it's sacral energy, as I'm sure you probably know, James, with what you're doing, right? So, it's just a matter of literally like beyond just the pleasure piece, like how it's channeled and how it's used.
Well, after working with, go ahead, Shani.
Bringing it back to Rose community, music and art is, the container so much. It all is art, both money, sex, and life. Really, is musical and artistic.
That was so funny
James
too. I got
a really good dancer. Like when he became a mayor, he had this dance that he did, and he posted in the mayor's group, and then I think in Gustify too. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I've seen him too. I've seen a couple.
He just posted this dancing video in the mayor's group, where the mayor's group is a little bit more reserved per se. Is that the word correct? It's more like formal. Yeah, and he was like slapped. Oh my god, I love it! I love it. So fun.
No time to be reserved. It's time to be audacious.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's why I love your group, Rosita. I mean, there really truly is so much creativity happening. And
but yeah, I told you to do it because I knew you were gonna do it. I'm like, fuck yeah, you do it. It was so funny. It was so funny. I mean, imagine all the faces of these some grumpier people that are not as fun, right? That are all business pro marketers. Oh my god, you guys! I almost did a post, but then I'm behind with notifications, so I tried to post as little as possible. But I got a screenshot of one of the emails we sent from Gustify, and and it was okay. So this guy sent an email back to one of our team members because one of our team members was asking why did you leave, or I don't know, something like that in those terms. And the guy sends a screen. Oh my god, the guy sends a screenshot back, and he's like, because I got this really inappropriate email from you. And the email says, I do have the screenshot somewhere in my messages. And the screenshot, I'm going to paraphrase, but it's something in terms of like, yo, your business is, it's not failing. It was a very derogatory word. Taking a shit or, no. Your business is fucked. Unfuck your business by clicking here. And you know what I mean? Like for some people, this is cool and acceptable. But imagine somebody grumpy old bro marketer type that like does not take a joke and very serious and probably not making money and not happy and not getting laid and all of those things, and just getting that email, bro. No, it's not bro. It was like, yo. That was the email. Your business is fucked with big letters. Unfuck your business by clicking here.
That's good marketing.
And I was laughing so hard. Oh my god! But didn't post it because I had lots of notifications to get back and just post, what's necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, I've cut down totally after the blitz. I am just a little bit here, a little bit there, and you actually learn to focus on skimming through stuff and just finding something worthwhile to comment on, if I can put it that way. In the end, that's the wind down of the blitz.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't blitz ever again. Like once they're done with it.
I feel them.
Yeah, well, I don't know how it's going to be with the new rules now that Goose made to wear affiliates. So it's not engagement based. It would be on sales of affiliates for Wingman.
I think it's for the better, in my opinion. Look, I'm not taking part in that at the moment, but I think it's for the better for the group. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it's probably better too. I think it's better for that, but it should also have the metrics of your group MRR growth. So that way it's only actually rewarding people that are growing rather than rewarding a vanity metrics, because that's all cool. But that's not monetizable. And I think that's probably why he's doing that. I think that's probably the actual direction. So.
The person who wins in that way stays with a win for a pretty long time. So it's not like once it's over, it's over. They're staying with that monthly income.
Yeah, especially if you help those affiliates, that's I've got people that have literally been paying me affiliate commissions for years from High Level because I went in there once or twice and set up some automation for them where they get stuck. And now you got in High Level, it used to be like now they just got like a regular support chat. And it used to be if you were a white label customer, you could hop on a Zoom call like we are right here, and they would help you one-to-one. Now that costs an extra $497 just to have Zoom support. Yeah, so it's an extra $500. So I always tell people, it's like, hey, if you're an affiliate of mine, like I'll dedicate, you can have my calendar. You're the only people that can book my time. And I'll sit down with you for 30 minutes or an hour. And if you need to have an automation, you don't have to worry about like, oh, I've got to build it. I'll sit there with you and build it in real time. And then you'll get off that call with an asset. Bam. And then so it's like those people will never churn for me, because they're always going to be using that in their business. And anytime they get stuck, they can be like, James, dude, can you help us? We got stuck on the AI. This thing is really a pain in the ass, or, whatever. And it's like, dude, I can get in there in 5 seconds and diagnose it, fix it for them. And then monthly commissions. And that's how I get all of my affiliates really now. I used to, do the widespread thing, but now I just like totally sniper those guys. And I'm like, hey, look, dude, you got a lot of automations going on, and I'm an automation expert. And I totally work with APIs and building software and work with all that stuff all day. You don't. So let me just handle it for you. And so those people that do that, dude, they got forever customers.
Yeah. I feel like you can do this with Wingman as well. Teach people and have them as your affiliates, and maybe even bundle it with other products from your community that you, let's say, some kind of a subscription, either premium or VIP or whatever, and then bundle the training for Wingman as well. I like that idea. Goose threw it out in like the last call, the one for the Blitz winners. And I was like, this is actually a really good idea, because a lot of businesses bundle things from other businesses. And, I mean, not that you need that much training for wingman, but there's always all these creative ways. So like you said, it's just the automations.
Dude, that's the thing about anything. Trust me, I build, sell, scale software. The number one problem isn't selling the software. You can sell the software. It's getting people to take action inside the software to do what you're supposed to do. So on Wingman, if you're paying for the highest level of it and you get set up with somebody like me, I'm just going to go in there and set you up. Boom. And then you don't have to do anything. There's no buttons to push. There's no, if it's going to work, the only thing you need to do is if you're in a chat and you want a / command or something, you want to curate that direction a little bit. That's the only thing somebody have to do. So that's how I'm going to do it. Because that's totally what I'm going to do for Wingman. It's the same thing I've always done for any of these is your automations you're going to put in there. But, every couple of months, you're going to want to change that up. Because what gets you there or what got you here isn't going to get you there. Like your people are going to get really burnt out.
As your group grows, so things change and everything changes. Like there's nothing more constant than just a change.
That's right. That's why it's good to partner those automations or that back end fulfillment with the affiliate sites. Because okay, great, that messaging is going to be awesome for 1 or 2 months. But you're going to want to change that around. Oh, you can't handle that? Awesome. It's a good thing you're my affiliate. Let me just send you a little document every, quarter or something, and you can change that messaging up a little bit. We can even dial that in. You can tell me how that was working. Like, oh, people really love this flow. This flow didn't get anybody. This flow pissed people off, and then you just kind of change that around. That's the real benefit of working with affiliates is, a lot of those people will totally stick around if you just do that shit for them.
Yeah, and I feel like if you leverage the IRLs as well, as a mayor, and then you have people coming in, and most of them are schoolers, and whoever are not schoolers, they become sooner or later schoolers, and they can become schoolers under your affiliate for school, and then of course sell them Wingman after that, and it's just very synergetic. You don't even have to do convincing because people would see the value of what they're getting.
For sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, and also school's got all the case studies that you can leverage and all that. Does it work? Does it work? There's only an entire leaderboard of people this has worked for, and look at all the amazing things they've done and all the amazing money they've made, and Goose being one of those people. That won school game. So it's really cool to promote school because there's so much wins on school. It's just really easy to be like, hey, does it work? Yeah, it works for my boy James, Ozzy, it worked for this guy, it worked for Alex Hermosi,
James, what do you have? I'm assuming you have your own community, right? What's your community?
Who, me?
Yeah, you do, right?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them actually. I've got Finance University, which is just about building financial literacy, and I've got a tool, a financial budget calendar, and a basically like a budget saving tool, so that way you can so anyways, there's that community. And then obviously I got a Wingman community, which is where I'm kind of bringing in some affiliates. What it was is the top affiliates, kind of everybody was like, oh, we don't really know what to do. The top affiliates ended up being people that were there to try to learn how to sell it more. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to build out my affiliate community and y'all can watch along, and eventually they'll either get the boot or they'll just quietly sit there, because that's where I'm going to put my affiliates. And it's going to be like I told you, hey, cool, you just got off Wingman, you don't know what the F to do. Watch this training. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do. And by the way, you don't even have to think about what to put there. I've already got a downloaded list of swipes that you can use. So if you're like, well, what am I going to do for my / commands? Because the ones that but the ones that Wingman puts in there for you are kind of basic and they don't always fit everybody's. So you got to change that around. The idea is not to put a placeholder there for you to use, but to put a placeholder there to give you an idea of what you could do with it. So I got these swipes that people, when they join my community, like the Wingman community, I've got 13 or 15 swipes that are perfect for indoctrinating people into your community, selling your products, asking them where they're stuck, and stuff like that. And it's based off of behavioral science and psychology, sales psychology. So that way you can actually sell to these people by speaking to their inner mind. They're selling to their, to their actual, heart, stuff like that. So it's like, they're very essence. It's an awesome way of doing it, but you don't have to use those. That's why I told people you can also just take those swipes and go to your favorite chat, GPT or Perplexity or Claude, and say, hey, rewrite these, but I want these to be for my awesome vibe group, or I want these to be for my very sensual group for adults only, or something like that. And then it's going to say some things that maybe only James can get away with, The point is you can take those swipes and you can use them, but that's what it is. So yeah, I got that second community. And right now, if you're an affiliate or if you're learning how to become an affiliate, it's the perfect place to dive in because I'm building in public over there. I'm setting up my community, my course. I'm even showing people how I'm going to start running ads because I'm going to start running ads to a website that I bought. And I'm running traffic to my website, then running it to my community. So that way I can pixel everybody, and anybody that came to my website that didn't make a decision, I can now hit them when they hit Facebook and say, hey, what's up, dude? You see my page, but you didn't click the start button or whatever, whatever that ends up being. So I'm going to teach like the whole methodology of like running affiliate, offers and where to get free traffic and where to get paid traffic. And I had a couple people in there like Dan. I don't know if you know Dan. Dan came in and told a couple things about ad strategy and about where you should focus your budgets on, like what KPIs you should focus your budget on. So it's all about giving right now, but very soon I'm just going to dump my affiliates in there, and basically be like, hey, if you're looking how to learn how to use Wingman, consume this course, turn around and make your very own course in your very own community and do the exact same thing. That's how you sell Wingman. You don't go out to sell Wingman and be like, hey, what are you using? Hey, this. You're just going to put it in your business. And people will be like, yo, dude, you're like super attentive. Wow, thanks for that attention. Be like, yeah, you like that? That's my robot called Wingman. And it's really just an extension of me, but I can show you how to do that too.
When you think about the current trending videos that are in the Wingman community, have you seen them?
No, I haven't. That's why I asked him about this because, James, I'm only, just about 2 months into school, right? So this is all a little bit of a foreign language to me, right? So I'm like, oh, I love this. Like, let me get like the 101 on affiliates because I don't even know anything about it. So it sounds like you've got some great course content within the community already, or are you planning to launch that?
No, there's some really good stuff in there already. But yeah, we're building in public, so I'm building it as we go. And what's cool is you can jump in, ask questions, and on a live, we'll go through it, we'll build it, and they'll put it in there, and other people will get to see how you were spotlighted, how they could do it for themselves. And by the way, I'm brand new to school too. Well, not really. So I joined school years ago when they started it. I got a bunch of online marketer friends, and I was like, oh, cool, information. I used to work for a lot of info marketers, and it's kind of disgusting to me. I don't have a problem with it, but I've made info for dudes that have made millions of dollars off of my stuff that they do know what they're talking about. I'm not saying they don't, but I wrote all their content and they just took my shit and was like, look at what I said. And it's like, it really kind of irked me for a little while. So I was, I did a lot of shit in Kajabi and stuff like that, like for old school marketers. And it's cool because I cut my teeth on making content, like I wanted to be a journalist when I was younger, and I worked for the newspaper. And somehow, instead of becoming a journalist, I became a marketer. And I got really like a bad taste in my mouth because I realized like the ugly beast that I like writing about, I actually, got consumed by. And so anyways, I like teaching and I like doing stuff like that, but I like doing so free. And if I'm giving you value, then awesome. Book a one-on-one consulting with me. Let's work together. Or, just use my CRM link, use my affiliate link or something like that. I hate selling information because, well, it's very sacred to me. And, it's like the people I look up to never sold that information. They just chose the ears that got to hear it, And so that's kind of like the way I am with it. So you're totally welcome. I'll show you along. I'm new in school too, but I understand the environment well. I'm a systems kind of guy. I'm a software geek. So even though I'm marketing and psychology is kind of like my passion, that's my video games. But in the business world, marketing is definitely what I do best. And, I'm a big motivator, obviously. Rose says she loves my fire. Everybody that ever met me has loved my fire. And if you find if my fire and your thing clash, we're the best thing for each other.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm air, so watch out.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay. If you want to come and learn, though, you're welcome to.
I'm just playing, but no, it sounds like you got some really great content. I would love to come learn. At least take a look
You should
around.
put it put the link in the chat.
Yeah,
for everyone. And
Sure,
I do have to go, but I will leave you here on the call. I have to go, and
I think I'm going to drop here too. Ro, great to see you. And
me too. But I will leave the call. If you guys want to stay, you can stay.
I'm going to drop, but good to see everybody.
Yeah, I've got to go.
I've also got to go. But yeah, but no, it's been real and it's been fun. But it ain't been real fun. So peace out, fuckers. No, I'm just playing. No, it's been awesome. I love you guys.
Drop your link in the chat before you guys leave.
Oh, you want to do that? I'll do that real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll do that real quick. So here's Finance University.
I'll let you stay here. Okay, bye.
So there's Finance University. I'm not a finance professional, but I've worked with a lot of them, and a lot of them have agreed to come into my group if I get enough people in there and drop some nuggets. I teach like the marketing side of that, but these guys that I'm going to be having and highlighting here are real finance professionals. One of them actually does finance for school. Like he's employed by school. He's their financial officer. So I'm going to have the CFO in my group too. I've also got a dude that worked with Microsoft, sold some technology to Microsoft, and I was one of 4 members on their team. They made like $1.8 million in like 6 months on an info market offer, basically teaching cryptocurrency and then giving access to a trading bot that my buddy had built. And so I got that guy that'll come in. I've also got another dude named Jeff Neighbors that is a big name in the he owns a hedge fund. So he's a big proponent of gold and silver, and he's an author. He told people to buy gold when it was like $250 a gram, and then it went to $5,000 a gram, and his hair was on fire. And he's just known very well in the finance industry. So even though I'm not a financial professional, you can jump into that one. I'm going to have a bunch of them. And then the operator group
for the affiliate information is that group, because I know you mentioned 2 of them.
There's both. They're both in the chat. If you open the chat, yeah. And so the affiliate one's right there, and yeah, you can come in, and we're, like I said, we're building in public.
Wingman,
yeah, Wingman Top Operators. That's it. Yeah.
All right, I grabbed it. I'm going to join. I've got to pop off here. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, peace. Later.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.